So far this season, the Houston Rockets have started with an 11-20 record, and they are currently the 14th seed in the Western Conference and one of the worst teams in the league. And although they have been terrible, I still think they have been an underrated team going into the future. So in today's video, I will be talking about 4 reasons why I believe the Houston Rockets have a bright future. Before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like on this video to help my channel grow, subscribe to my channel if you want NBA content just like this, and to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and comment on this video to start a conversation with me, because I respond to all of my comments. And play that intro. The first reason I think the Houston Rockets have a bright future is the fact that this team has many tradable pieces, and they can use these many pieces to get many more picks and young players, as they got John Wall, who has been playing like an all-star coming off of his injury, averaging 20 points and 6 assists, shooting 43% from the field and 34% from 3. So Wall has been playing great, and you have to remember, this is his first year off of an injury, so you could expect him to be even better next season or as the season goes along. And even though he will be making 40+ million for the next 3 years, if he's playing like a star like this, I think there's a chance that he could get traded to a team, and in return Houston could get future picks and young players for him. They could also trade Eric Gordon, who has had a great season this year, averaging 18 points, and I think he would really help them get more young players because he would be great on a contender, and I think his value would be worth a first-round pick. PJ Tucker would also be a great trade piece, as he's a 3-and-D player, and I think they could get him to a contender for a few second-round picks. Daniel House and Ben McLemore are also solid players who could be good off some teams' bench, and I think their value is second-rounders, and they have so much assets, and this is really good since they can avoid being stagnant, and they can stock up on draft picks and younger players to improve their young core for the future. The second reason I think the Houston Rockets have a bright future is the fact that this team currently has a lot of future picks, most of them coming from the James Harden trade. In this year's upcoming draft, they have 3 first-round picks, and I think some of them could be a lottery pick, and even if they aren't, they will still have 3 tries in the first round to get a steal. And in every year's draft, there has at least 1 or 2 major draft steals. In the 2022 draft, they also have 3 first-rounders, which will give them another 3 chances to select a steal. And unsurprisingly, in the 2023 draft, they have 2 first-rounders, and they could possibly get a steal in that draft. In the 2021-2026 draft, they will have 1 first-rounder. So basically in the next 5 years, they will have 13 first-rounders, and that doesn't even include any of their future moves. So they will have multiple chances to get steals in the draft, and even if they select the right guy only 3 times, it could be franchise changing. And Houston has been one of the more well-run franchises over the past decade, so I'm fairly confident that they will make smart moves. The third reason I believe the Houston Rockets have a bright future is the fact that they have Christain Woods, who I believe simply having Wood on your team is such a positive that it makes them have a good future, since I believe Wood is a player who you can build around, because I think Wood's potential is being a top 20 or top 15 player, and Houston from now on should look to make moves to build around Woods, as this year he has been amazing, and he would have been an all-star if he didn't get injured, since in his 17 games he played amazing, putting up 22 points, 10 rebounds, shooting a crazy efficient 55% from the field and 42% from 3, and those games aren't fluke, since Woods is a very skilled big man who can shoot the 3, finish at the rim, and handle the ball very well for his position. The only problem I would say Woods has is the fact that he's not a great defender on that side of the floor. Since he's an athletic 6-footer, 7-footer, you would have thought that he's great on defense, but it's his strength that holds him back. But I think he's okay on defense as long as he doesn't guard the best big man in the league, like Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, or Karl Anthony Towns. So in general, I'm very high on Woods, and I think Houston should build around him. The fourth reason I think the Houston Rockets have a bright future is the fact that this is a team that doesn't necessarily have to rebuild. They could still be a contending team, as they arguably have three all-star level players in John Wall, Oladipo, and Woods. They also have solid supporting players such as PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, Jason Tate, David Nwaba, Daniel House, and Ben McLemore. And I think if Oladipo improves his play, Wall slowly progresses back to his all-star form, and Christain Woods stays healthy, this is a 6th seed in the Western Conference. And even the goal is to win a championship, there's a chance that the Rockets would rather be a lower playoff seed than be a bad team and rebuild. And I don't think they would make the playoffs this season because of their record, but I truly think they could make it next season. But in my opinion, I think they should go the rebuilding route if they want to win a championship. But if they're fine with just being competitive, they could not trade John Wall and re-sign Oladipo and not trade any of the older players. It's a good thing that they even get the choice, whereas teams like the Pistons, Cavs, Timberwolves, and the Thunder don't have a choice. They just have to rebuild. To conclude the video, I think the Rockets have a bright future, and I think if things go right for them, they could be back to being contenders in the next 3 to 5 years. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Let me know what you think the Houston Rockets should do. Like my video to help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA content and to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. And comment on this video to start a conversation because I respond to all of my comments. And I'm out.